Welcome back, folks. The boys and girls Sioux City East bowling teams are both over 500 in dual play this season, and each won the team competition at the Sioux City City Bowling Meet. Part of that success has been thanks to two siblings who, in that city meet, won both the individual championships.
I only did it because both my brothers did it, and they were like, well, you should do it. So I
don't know, I thought it was kind of cool to throw a ball down the lane and see it hook the entire thing. So saw my older brother do it, I was like, I want to do that one day. So.
Meet Braden and Addison Wyandt, seniors and captains of the Sioux City East boys and girls bowling teams. Oh, and by the way, they're twins. And at the city bowling meet on December 17th, the Wyandts would not only help East pick up wins for the team, but Braden's series of 440 and Addison's series of 321 would be good enough to net the twins individual championships as well, joining a list of East City champions that included their brother Caleb.
I think we gave each other a thumbs up and smiled at each other, because he was kind of walking back to his lane because we had to start Baker's. So
my mom was there and Grandma and Grandpa were there, so I mean we kind of had a little bit of a celebration, just kind of kept it to ourselves because the scores weren't finally announced.
Although East head coach Kevin Dykes is certainly enjoying the Twins' success on the lanes, it's their growth outside of the bowling alley that he is most proud of.
That's really what it's all about, is it not so much do they become better bowlers, but do they become better people. You don't get many better students than that right there. They're great kids. They come from a great family.
The brother and sister support each other on the lanes. There's always that sibling rivalry that jumps up when they compete against one another.
Remember, they're twins now, so there's a little bit of competition there, yes.
we like to make fun of each other, so if I beat him or happen to beat him, I definitely hold it over his head.
However, the sport of bowling is what has brought these two twins together, even through the arguments that may be caused by the sport.
I feel like it's definitely helped our relationship. Like, we definitely have moments where we get further apart from each other, and bowling just kind of brings us back together a little bit, because it's same thing, same time after school, we got to be here and do the same thing, and we're kind of forced to see each other. So it definitely helps there.
And with the regular season beginning to wrap up in bowling, head coach Kevin Dykes has one request.
I hope they save it for districts.